Hey everybody. So welcome to the week where we start doing our financial statements. A lot of people get nervous around this time because they've taken accounting, but they don't remember it very well. Don't worry, it's not as hard as you think. It'll all come back to you. And if not, there's quite a bit of information out there that will help you, including some things I've put in there. So we have two assignments this week. One's the capital equipment and supply list, and the second is the balance sheet and profit and loss statements. I'll try to explain those briefly, and then, like I said, I think the instructions will help as well as the samples. And I've included one more thing in the assignment. So the first thing is the capital equipment and supply list. And what this is what the name implies. It's a list of all the capital equipment and supplies and the inventory you will need to get started with your business. And so the instructions are pretty simple, but I actually wanted to show you real quick, if you can see it on the video, the sample. So really all it is a list of the things that your business is going to need to get started. You'd be surprised how many business owners would get started and not have enough money just to buy the stuff they need. So before you start a business, you really need to understand what assets am I going to need, what supplies and inventory am I going to need, because that tells you how much money you're going to need to really get started, or a part of the money you're going to need to get started. So that's the first assignment, is the capital equipment and supply list. The second is the balance sheet and the profit and loss. So when you're doing a business plan, what you want to do is create a balance sheet that in essence shows how much. Remember, a balance sheet is your assets and your liabilities and your equity. And so you want something that will show you what your assets are, what your debts are before you get financing from a lender or from potential investors, and afterward. This becomes super easy when you're not planning on getting any financing. Let's say you have enough money to fully finance your business idea by yourself. Then in essence your pre-financing and post-financing balance sheets will look the same. So when you submit this, it's going to have two different balance sheets, one pre-financing and one post-financing. And I'll show you an example of what that looks like. So here's a pre-financing balance sheet. It has your assets, your liabilities, and your equity. And then a post-financing balance sheet just shows how you would. So here you can see this company borrowed $85,000, and they used that $85,000 plus some of their cash to pay for some inventory, to pay for a building, or maybe two. It just says buildings, and then to pay for some equipment. And so that's really all there is to it, is you are demonstrating how you're going to use the money that you're getting through your financing, whether it's borrowing or getting investors. And then the second thing you're going to include is a profit and loss statement. And if you remember, that has your revenues and your expenses. And so the way this is broken down is you'll have three different P&L statements that you'll turn in. And that will, the first one is broken as the first year, and these are projected. So you don't know how much, so you're having to make an estimate. So it's broken down by month, and then your expenses by month, and then your net income for the month. And then the second one will be the second year, and this one's broken down by quarters, and then the third year broken down by quarters. To make this a little bit easier, because I know it's a little scary, I've included as part of the assignment an Excel spreadsheet that I use to actually create the samples for you. So if you click on it, it will actually, it came up on my other screen. Let me bring it over here for you. It'll actually bring up this Excel spreadsheet that you can just sort of fill in with your own information. So there's the balance sheets. You can put your own numbers in there. And then the P&L, the yearly first year P&L, that stands for profit and loss statement. And then the quarterly second and third year ones. So hopefully that will help you get started. This is a scary session for a lot of people, so don't be afraid to give me a call if you need my help. And like I said, we can visit face-to-face if you're here in the local area, or we can visit online using Zoom, or we can talk over the phone, whichever works best for you. Have a great week. It's two assignments, but it feels like more. This is another busy week. Good luck and have a great week.